Hello guys, hope you're all doing good. This is TJ and you're listening to Beyond the Ring podcast, and this is my review of Impact Wrestling, the go home edition of Undersiege pay-per-view, which is tomorrow night. So this show actually was a pretty average show, I would say. Not a good show considering it was a go home show for the Undersiege Undersiege show, which is tomorrow night, as I said. So without any further ado, let's get into the show. So the show actually opened with last week's recap of number one contenders eliminator match determining the six-way for the Impact World Championship at Under Siege for the Impact World Championship. So they show that small video package, and then we got to without waiting, we got to the first match, which was Rosemary versus Havoc. This was a number one contenders match for the Knockouts Championship, and this match was not that good. The opening match, considering I actually I actually want a good opening match because that actually makes a show pleasant to watch. So this match was not that good, but it was not very bad either. I would say it was just there. And considering it is an number one, it was a number one contenders match for the knockouts title, so that had its own implication. So getting into the match, we saw both of them handshaking, and they yells at each other. Forearm strikes by Rosemary, havoc leg drop by then some corner splash. So this was they were just screaming at each other. They were like they were like packed animals from the cage. So they were behaving like that, but the match itself was not that good, as I said. So getting into the match, when then we got the countering moves by both of them kicking each other at same time, head right into the thigh and a corner splash. And then we got to a point where Havoc actually uses camel clutch and the double arm lock, blowing Rosemary's head off, blowing punches and all onto the Rosemary's head. And then we saw Rosemary drop kick to the top rope, forearm to the corner. She tries to do a exploder, but she didn't get all of it. Uh, Actually, Rosemary tries to hit that exploder. Can you believe that she didn't get it right? It would have been a severe back injury for her. Glad. Spear by Rosemary, then that looked good. Rosemary goes for the dead drop, but Havoc actually reverses it. The tombstone pile driver, done, and that was it. This was not too long. Uh, it was short, so that's why I would give uh, either way. I would give a okay, not bad. I would say. Uh, but considering an open match, it can also be said as a bad as well. So bad to okay match. Then we got Purrazzo, actually Diana Purrazzo coming post match attacking Havoc. She tries to kick but pushes her away. Goes for the clothesline by Havoc, but she escapes to outside. And at the back was Rosemary. Rosemary gets her into the ring. Kimberly and Susan tries to come to help Calviano Purrazzo, but when they see Rosemary, they runs away like they have seen some ghost. Literally, they run away, and she hits tombstone pile driver to Purrazzo, Diana Purrazzo. So a very dominant booking for Havoc. Uh, Maybe I don't know if the Dino Perosa have been a knockout champion for many months right now. So maybe they will do that title change. I think so. Maybe a title change is coming. Uh, I don't know. Maybe I think so that the booking is very strong for her in the later in the show as well. We will talk about it. And and then we saw a rundown card for the Under Siege paper, which is tomorrow night. So it's Diana Purrazzo versus Havoc for the Knockouts title. Chris Sabin versus Chris Bay versus Sammy Callahan versus Matt Cardona versus Trey Miguel versus Moose is a six-way for the number one contenders for the Impact World Championship. And then we get to Kenny Omega and the Good Brothers versus Eddie Edwards and Finjuice. So this is a tag team match they are going with. So Kenny Omega is not defending the title because and you all know that if you are watching Impact, so if you in weeks. Next, we got a segment from the elite. The Good Brothers are confident. They say that later on this night they have a match, as they announced last week, Carl Anderson versus David Finlay, because they are getting ready for that tag team match tomorrow. So Carl Anderson says that he will defeat Finlay because my brother has been depressed. But Omegas then turns up to the mic and says, "You don't have that tag titles, man. I am the reason." He says, you are developing and you are getting those wins last week." Some things, I think, when seeing this promo, saw that some things they are brewing up. Something is teased, but not now. I don't think so. It's gonna be they are Kenny Omega's not gonna turn heel right now, but eventually it's gonna turn heel on them. I think so, and that would be great actually. But Omega should have someone to back it up as well. So let's see. But at least not right now. I'm not seeing that. Uh, Omega says in the interview that to the interviewer, that was also fun. She was trying to hit that elite sign, and he says that it's take a lot of thing to be elite. And Don Callis says is little crazy. A good segment actually. I liked it. So then we got to the second match, which was six-man X Division scramble match, which was actually for the uh, which actually decides the number one contenders for that X Division championship, which is held by Josh Alexander. So we have uh, Pete Williams out and in the ring, and Ace Austin comes out, and then we had a commercial. All of them are in the ring, and then we saw El Fantasma coming up into the ring. So this match was pretty good actually. Not a very good match. This had a many fast-paced maneuvers and match and moments. So lots it's X division, so certainly it would be a fast-paced match. So let's get into the match then. All are trying to take out the big man. Actually, Triple XL is also there, so they are trying to take out big man first. He goes outside. Fast-paced athleticism, speed, these are all the terms that I would justify for this match. And Triple X actually catches Ace Austin, and he was Triple X actually was in the out, and he was resting, and he was actually catching everyone in the range of him. But TJP actually finally gets to the top rope and hits a drop kick to Triple XL. That stops the momentum somewhat. That stops that catching up for somewhat for Triple XL. And then ELP and TJP had some good. They are also very great together. Their chemistry is very good. Their styles do converse with each other, so they were very good in this match. ELP runs all over the two ropes and jump. Fantastic. That was fantastic moment. That is a fantastic spot. He walks two of the ropes, like he jumps as well. That's fantastic, man. You cannot do all cannot do this. And I'm glad he done that very perfectly without any issues. So Ace Austin carries him in the fireman's position. Then out to the third corner he goes. Ace Austin was in the top rope. He picks up Ace Austin and in the fireman's position, and they had a had a dive dive to the dive to all the members who were standing in the towards the ring apron actually, uh, near the ring apron. And then we saw the this match was actually I said non-stop action. William uh, hits the Pete Williams actually hits the destroyer, but EL hits the destroyer to ELP, and then TGP breaks it up the pin. Triple XL with a nasty slap to TGP, and that was very bad, bad look. And finish of this match, we saw TJP tries a splash on Williams, but Williams moves on. ELP gets that splash onto TJP. Then we saw Pete tries for another destroyer for ELP, but ELP reverses into a rollover, and ELP with a double hook driver. He next Undertaker's tongue. Uh, and he was a favorite in the match, and he got the pin. But I don't actually complain about the finish, but I like El Fantasmo, and he had that good momentum. Maybe he would win. I don't know. Maybe don't win. He will not win. I don't know. Uh, because George Alexander has actually just won at a Rebellion. So I don't know if they will uh, lose him down that quick. Either way, it was a good ending, good result, but the finish actually was kind of very fast. There could have been a one breakup or something, because breakup like pin breakup or something, because there were five more members as well. If two more members are not there, then we have another two members. Someone could have broken up, uh, bre- uh, break up, and we got to see some more action, and then we got to have that winner, ELP. So that was my kind of a very small opinion, but nevertheless, it was a pretty good match. Lots of action, with no sell actually, but sometimes it's fun, as I say. Sometimes it's fun to watch here and there. So next, we go to the segment where Susan talks to Scott Demore. She says that she wants a tag match, but Kimberly wants none of it. She's not interested in that. Maybe a face turn or something for uh, Susan. I don't think so. Kimberly would attack Susan. Uh, that's the thought that came into my mind. Don't know. So Susan and Kimberly versus Tenille and Tyler Wilde, it's confirmed for Under Siege, so that's in the card. So then we see flashback moment for the Gail Kim versus Havoc. They are really pushing Havoc as she would win. Maybe she would win, as I said in the I was discussing this match. Maybe she would win, just to show us her moment. Maybe she would win at Under Siege. Then we saw another segment. Actually, this week's segment uh, was pretty bad. Actually, there were many segments early on the show. There were two bad segments. I will talk about it, but let's get into the segment. Violent by design segment. This was one of my segment. This is one of the segment which was bad. They says they want change. They are starting a violent plan. They says uh, change is the only thing that they trust. They says, and I'm pretty bored actually. I actually literally written this because each and every week their promo, each and every week they are just building up. You gotta give something, man. They were actually in the action for Rebellion. After that, they haven't done anything actually. I think one there was a they only they, come into the have the match after Rebellion. That's only 1 week they had done. So I don't know, man. I'm pretty bored to see each and every promo, each segment in every week. So bad segment for me. Nothing much to say. I hope they build up in something in the pay-per-view or in the next week or something. So I don't know what they are planning for as a team. So then we saw another segment. Uh, this was another second bad segment we got. Swingers Palace segment. This was also last week, and they actually all talk about they want to get into like last week they were telling they want to they will win exhibition that spot, and this week they are complaining that they were saying that even though we had not won exhibition, we want a tag team thing, and they all the teams and their friends actually comes up. Uh, I don't know where the hell this team is getting formed up. So they all brags and kind of kind of they yells at each other. Like last week they were saying that they want to have exhibition spot, and maybe this another week another last next week they would say that they want TNA Impact World Championship or AW World Championship. Who knows, man? For God's sake, can you stop this, man? I was saying literally this was in my mind. Two back-to-back bad segments for me, and BGM they put on to this this is very important, and the BGM they put on to this kind of heated discussion and segment is like kind of a kind of a very soothing, very more romantic type of uh, movie type of music they are putting on. No drama in the music. I mean, what are they thinking about that bad segment? So next we get to the third match, which was another, I mean, just to fill time, Sam B versus Willie Mack, just to get Willie Mack over, because he has that match coming with Will Morrissey, which is also confirmed for Impact Under Siege. uh, so I haven't I didn't notice this. I didn't have an attention to this match. Actually, I had only seen focused on the finish. What was the finish of this match? Finish, we saw top rope fox splash from the Willie Mac. A 5 minute kind of bad stuff, I would say. But really, it was short. That's good. But the post-match thing was interesting. Morrissey comes and attacks Willie Mac and throws off Beal outside. Poor guy. Close line to Mac. Big boot by Morrissey. So Morrissey actually looks very dominating after making his debut. So post-match stuff was interesting just to build up their match. So I hope that Morrissey picks up that win. His momentum is going good, and I hope he gets successful in Impact Wrestling. He is really looking good, better than the WWE days. He's very ripped, and he's very uh, he has cut down weight some, just like Moose. So pretty good. So then we got the next segment where Finjuice and Edwards had their thoughts on the match coming at Under Siege. They because they actually David Finlay is actually is gonna face Carl Anderson. We also saw Carl Anderson's thought as well as I discussed before. And they says they are gonna prove it. They are the best. They says, and tonight they're gonna have Edwards on their side, and they have Edwards says they have Kenny on their side, but we have kendo stick. So okay segment, I would say, just to build the main event. Sorry, just to build the match uh, tonight for the Impact tonight. Then we saw Slammiversary promo. So excited, man, for Slammiversary. Many past Impact wrestlers, Samoa Joe, and all. I'm really excited. May he comes. Samoa Joe comes to Impact Wrestling or even AEW. I'm waiting to see him. So next we go to another segment. So lots of segment, but I like I said, uh, there were many bad segments as well. So this was also one of the bad segments. This was a third bad segment. First was the, as I said, the violent by design, and second one was the that Swingers Palace, that X Division thing, that tag team thing, and third was this. I don't know. We have more of it. I don't know, but. Third segment, we got Daniel Dashwood. She's interviewing her manager, that guy, and Tina White actually is very excited because she's into that. She says she's not into the cheating. What she did, I don't know. Same stuff they are talking about. Tenel Dashwood is interested to be a tag team and win that knockout tag team. But even though she's not very interested, she's gonna her turn heel in the match. In Under Siege, at Under Siege, I am expecting that thing. I think so. And Taylor White says this is not a team. This is not going to be. I don't want to be a knockout tag team. I want to be that. I am aiming for that knockouts title. So she's pretty clear, but she's not understanding. I don't know she's acting or what. So then we board stuff, bad stuff, I would say. Then we go to the fourth match, which was Carl Anderson versus David Findlay. This match was lots of shenanigans. If this match would have been a like no shenanigans, no interference, it would have been a very pretty good match. But they actually interfered it well. The match actually started with collar and elbow tie-up, forearms, uppercut by Finlay. Omega actually pulls off his leg, and they also do the same. Juice Robinson pulls as well. Anderson's leg, that's good. Tit for tat. And then we got interference and distraction. And finally, we saw in the finish that Uh, Omega interference and DQ the match, and then Eddie with the Kingston, and he washes out all of them. And they run over, and that's it. Pretty bad, I would say. Just this could have been if they would have not any interference, but as they are building up for that tag team match, this makes sense. So even though the match was not good, but good angle and in the basis of storyline and the match they are going with and tomorrow. So that's a good justification if we want to say that the interference. So then we saw another segment, Chris Sabin segment. Chris Sabin says he's feeling guilty because his friend was was being attacked by a moose. He was not there, even though actually Storm was there to help, but Sabin was not there to help. He says he is guilty for that, and Sabin says that what the hell for moose I don't know, but he's looking forward to see him in the main event because they have that six-man tag team. It's a tag team match, and they are gonna face for the number one contenders. Impact World Championship. So then we saw video package number one contenders, and uh, and then we saw earlier in the night below the before the Impact, Dasha picks up the win against Grace, and then we got another segment which saw Jordan and Rachel had their motivation going, and they say that they are going to use that anger and energy to retain those championship. Pretty okay stuff. Just there, so many segments unnecessary, but still they are somewhat necessary. Uh, so this segment was not uh, unnecessary, I would say, uh, but not nothing to talk about or nothing to notice about, I guess. So fifth match we saw Brian Myers versus Crazy Steve. I don't know where the hell this match came from, but would be a pretty good match, as I thought. So we get into the match out of nowhere, as I said, match to fill time. That's it. And fun thing happened in this match as Myers go to the outside. They start off the match with a good pace, and Myers actually Crazy Steve was crazy, and he was very uh, doing speedy maneuvers. So a fun thing happened, as I said, in the match when Myers go to the outside and take the breather for some time, and he actually hits Black Taurus into his back, and he lays down. Suddenly, he's like he seen some ghost or like that. And ref thinks that Taurus pushed him, and I was like, is the ref gonna call for the DQ or something? But no, they had the commercial, and then we saw. But great strategy from Brian Myers, but didn't get the win from the DQ. But back to the action, some back and forth kicks and suplex finish of the match. We saw Steve trying suicide DDT, uh, but Myers slams him down. Myers with a roll up with a hand onto the bottom rope. He holds the rope and he gets the win. So Myers is actually not Myers. This match actually was not that good. Just there. Maybe if they had given some time, it would have been good. But nevertheless, no story going on here. Both were good in their own thing. They had some great chemistry. This was a okay match that didn't get that time. No story going for it. So, but some good fast-paced action. Uh, it will pass through your time. And then we saw after the match, Taurus actually rises from the back of Myers. Post-match things are interesting in this week's episode of Impact. And then we saw he hits a spear, brutal spear. Rosemary and DK actually surrounds him, and they just finish off. That's it. And maybe I was thinking that Myers is going to have a face turn or something, and his friend Matt Cardona, as they are finished with their business. They have they have the two of their good match. They had their own thing rivalry, and if that is over, I think so. Matt Cardona and Brian Myers are gonna be a tag team. I don't mind if they are going to be a tag team forward. That's actually good. They are also real life best friends as well. So maybe I don't know. Then we go to another segment which was Don Callis and Scott Demore. This was fun, and lately we are seeing, as I noticed, lately we are seeing Uh, Scott's Demore, and that's good for good guys. Is taking decision, pretty good decision for good guys, and bad guys are not having none of it. They are in the disadvantage. So Scott says that he could help him pitch an idea. Scott says that why are you wasting your time on your phone or something chatting with a friend? You could pitch me any idea. You could be a part of EVP or something. Kelly says he's that's your job, man. I am not into that. I cannot talk to each and every talent. Then Scott says that because of your funny little mad mind games that you did last week with Moose actually hits a chair, traps his leg, Storm's leg, and he's out of the action and he's gone indefinitely. Scott Demore says, and Kyle says that he wants to get rid of Storm anyway. That's why, and says Moose is a star. I don't know if they are gonna trying to recruit Moose, but I don't think so. Moose is gonna listen to anyway for that. So Scott says that he will decide whether you want to be Omega family or Impact Wrestling executive. So they are clearly trying to, as much as possible, they are trying to bring that invasion angle as much as possible. Like they are literally showing that storyline. It's playing out well. Okay, I would say. Let's see. And at the end of the promo, Callis says, "We need to be on the same page, bro. You need to be the same page, man. Maybe, maybe some calls or something." You. So Scott says it would be good, but we need to get into the same book, at least to be get to in the same page. So this was a pretty good thing. Don Callis just adds a lot of drama to the show, and ever since he came back, or I don't know, he came to the show, came to join Impact Wrestling. That's holding up pretty well. Actually, he's actually helping Kenny Omega pretty good to achieve that cult status. So he's trying, and John Callis is one of the Paul Heyman guy uh, for Kenny Omega, as I say. So good segment. Uh, he cuts good promo. Uh, so then we saw Under Siege is on May 15th, Saturday, and we got some match card. They shows us a match card, confirmed match card, which is Kimberly and Susan versus Taylor Wilde and Tennis Dashwood. And the second match is Will Morrissey versus Willie Mack. The third match is Impact Tag Team Championship. Number one contenders match Ace Austin, Madman Fulton versus TJP and Pete Williams versus Triple XL versus Rohit Raju and Shera. This match came out of nowhere. I don't know where it's came from, and that I think it came from that segment, as I remember. And then fourth match is gonna be Jordan Grace and Rachel Redding versus Flair and Fava for the Knockouts Tag Team title. And then fifth is X Division title, Josh Alexander versus El Fantasma. Could be a good match. Pretty good, very good match. Sixth way number one contenders match: Chris Sabin versus Chris Bay versus Simon Callahan versus Matt Cardona versus Trey Miguel versus Moose. And seventh is Kenny Omega and the Good Brothers versus Eddie Edwards and Finjuice. So lots of talents in this show. They try to cram him as much as possible, as much talents as possible in this show. That's good sometimes because this is not a very big pay-per-view, and they're trying to include into that special their roster. So that's a pretty good thing as well. But the story and the storyline and the build-up was not that good because we actually got only 3 weeks to build this show. So they actually drived it up with the number one contenders and uh, some some quick some quick wrestling stuffs, uh, wrestling 101 as I say. And then we saw the main event, sixth match of the show. Moose, Sammy Callahan, and Chris Bay versus Chris Sabin, Matt Cardona, and Trey Miguel. As I said, these six of the men they are going to face for the number one contender position for the Impact World Championship. Maybe they will face uh, maybe they will face next month. I don't know. I don't think so. They are gonna wait for Slammiversary in July. So that's a long gap from now. So maybe they would be having another pay per view in June. So I think that's the thing they are going to go with. So coming to the match, Moose looks fantastic. He's very, as I said last week as well, he looks fantastic. He's in the best shape of his life. He's so much ripped look, man. So starting of the match, Callahan and Sabin starts of the match. Uh, some quick maneuvers, uh, Irish whips and all. Tag to Cardona. Callahan also tags to Chris Bay. Then while Don Callis and Good Brothers are watching because these are the six men who are going to fight for that contender position. Cardona attacks Trey Miguel then. Miguel with the senton. Uh, and then early cover by Miguel. Some identical style of wrestling here. Trey Miguel and Cardona. Some good, good style of wrestling. They actually relate with each other, so that's good. And then we saw double stomp, pendulum submission by Miguel, the trademark of Miguel. And then Chris Bay escapes from that super kick to Callahan by Miguel, kick by Moose on the apron, while Miguel actually was trying to hit a suicide dive. That's when Moose actually hit the kick to Miguel. So Miguel was the highlight, not a highlight, I would say, is the focal point of this match, because he was the only guy who got the most match time in this match. So he was very so he was very uh, there in this match for a large amount of time. So he was getting beat up by these heels. So heels were not trying to get him the tag to anyone. Back into the action, we saw Moose is tagged in and he's controlling Miguel, chopped to the chest by Moose. And Moose style is very slow and methodic. And sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. And in this tag team, I didn't like it. Even though if any story is going on, maybe I would like it, because I'm a fan of that slow, methodical pro wrestling type thing. If they are telling a story, so Callahan tags, and then Calhoun is tagged by Moose, and then we saw some chops and running elbow. Sabin breaks up, headbutt to the back, tags Bay, stomp to the head. Slow match, but after this, kick to the head by Bay, tags Moose, multiple tags by them, slam, another slam, and then another tag for Callahan. So they were they are trying to control Bay to get not get that tag. So tagged in Callahan, again a slam. Heels still controlling, not getting the tag for Miguel. Uh, at this point I was like, this is not a this not this not having that pace. It's not a good match, and not at that level of main event. And then after this the match actually changed the complexion. Callahan and Miguel actually hits closer at the same time. Hot tag to Cardona. This was the time, as I said, and then Bay actually tagged in, and then he hits a double knee, drop kick, clothesline kick to the head, missile drop kick to the head by Sabin. Match pace is now changed and it's very fast right now. They are uh, all of them are literally attacking their team members. Double super kick by Cardona and Sabin. Miguel with the tope suicida to Moose, but Moose catches, uh, tries to hit that power bomb, but Miguel actually Hurricane Rana into the ring. Good, cool stuff. And back into the ring, we saw Bay with a hook kick, Bay with a hook kick, as I said. Bay with a then Chris Bay actually with a stiff rolling forearm, and I guess that I think that that got Sabin hurt, that legit, because he was holding that chin very tightly. That was very stiff rolling forearm, and then Chris Bay attacks in Callahan. Callahan tries to hit that pile driver, but Sabin escapes into a dragon screw. Bay comes in with a spine buster without attack. Cardona with a radio silence to Bay, and then there was a lot of action in this match. Moose with a boot to the face of Cardona. Trey Miguel is in the top rope. Missile drop kick to Moose. Then Callahan comes to the aid of Callahan comes up and eats a jumping knee from Miguel. Then Miguel tries a Hurricane Rana, but Callahan actually transition into Death Valley Driver. Sabin with a kick to the face for Callahan. Sabin tries to finish him up, but Callahan with a package driver, and that's it. Callahan wins. Callahan has that momentum, but I don't think so. Callahan is gonna win this thing. Uh, Personally, I don't want to see Callahan versus Omega. Uh, the match I want to see is Moose versus Omega, because Miguel and Bay, they no bad things for their talent. They are very good wrestlers. They had great talent, but they are not at that level of to be in that Impact Championship. So I think Moose versus Omega they are going with. End of the show. So thoughts, this match actually built it up into the last 10 minutes or so. Pretty average match, I would say. Average main event, I would say. In the beginning it was not good. A lot of dead air, as I said. After the tag by Miguel, match took the pace just to show us the momentum that they are going towards that number of contenders match. So average match. Overall thoughts, I would say this show was a pretty average show. Should not miss this show because it was certainly a fun come average show. So you can watch it, and nevertheless some bad segments, but apart from that you can watch it. You can read it out the segments. You can watch the matches itself were not very bad. uh, Kind of average to uh, good into the slightly into that range. So considering it is a go home show for Under Siege pay per view, This was a pretty average show. So the card looks actually nevertheless packed. There are 7 matches, as I said. I would run down the card. So before I run down the card, it's better to me going to the predictions now, under siege predictions. So let's get it. So now we are into the under siege predictions, which is tomorrow night, Saturday. So first match is Kimberly and Susan versus Taylor Wilde and Tenil Dashwood. And by seeing that Taylor Wilde and Tenil Dashwood is kind of not in the same page, because Taylor Wilde is not interested to go into that tag team division and for that knockouts title. So she wants that main title, knockouts title. So I think Tenil Dashwood is gonna turn on Taylor Wilde or something, or maybe I guess that Kimberly and Susan would get up this in the get up the victory in this. So that would could be a very a very surprising victory for them, and I see that. I see that, and going forward, my prediction would be that Taylor Wilde and Tenil Dash would be aiming for that knockouts title after whoever wins in uh, Havoc versus Diana Porrazzo, which is also confirmed. So Susan and Kimberly for me. Then we got to the second match, which is Will Morrissey versus Philly Mac, and this is kind of obvious if they want to build up this guy, and I would say that he needs that momentum, and he looked very good when he's made his debut, and it looked great, and the Impact should capitalize on that, and without any thinking, I would say Will Morrissey should pick up the win because this guy has just made the debut. He has a lot of momentum going on. So Will Morrison for me. So third match is Impact Tag Team Championship #1 contenders match. We have Ace Austin and Madman Fulton versus TJP and Pete Williams versus Triple XL versus Rohit Raju and Shera. So when I see this competitors, so if I take some teams out, I would say Triple XL and TJP and Pete Williams, because TJP and Pete Williams, I think so. They are just to drive this match because they are good talents. They fuel this match very well with their speed and athleticism. So I think that Ace Austin and Madman Fulton is gonna win the #1 contenders match, because last time in last pay-per-view Ace Austin, we saw that he got defeated in his X Division match. So Ace Austin after that is not looking kind of is not into that title picture, even though he should be, because he's one of the top talent in Impact Wrestling. So I would go for Ace Austin at Madman Fulton. Again, these all are my opinions. These all are my own opinions. I haven't I'm not reading it from anywhere. Out of mind, I'm saying. Seeing what I have seen in past weeks and all. That's what I'm saying. So for me, Ace Austin and Madman Fulton. But if they want to shock us, maybe we get Rohit Raju and Shera. That could also happen. But Triple XL and TJP and Pete Williams, I don't think so. But if they make TJP and Pete Williams, that would also be okay. Okay, I mean, but I don't see they would go for that. So Ace Austin and Madman Fulton for me. So then the fourth match, which is knockout tag team title, Jordan Grace and Rachel Ellering and versus Fire and Flavor. So as much as I hate Fire and Flavor, um, but still they were not doing good as a tag team. But still they have that heat going out for. I actually want Fire and Flavor to get back that title, because Jordan Grace and Rachel Ring, I don't think so. They are kind of matching up in the tag team division, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I think so. Jordan Grace and Rachel Eldring is gonna retain. Uh, I don't think so. Fire and Flavor is gonna get back that title. Maybe they will get another chance next week or something. But if they want to put that title on Fire and Flavor, they better put it uh, tomorrow. So I would go for Jordan Grace and Rachel Eldring retaining their title. So then we get to X Division title, which is Josh Alexander versus El Phantasmo. This would be a match of the night. This would be a great match, and it's for the X Division title. And I actually liked Josh Alexander winning that X Division title because Josh Alexander is actually, after a long time, he's getting that singles run. Just like we are starting to get to see SCU breaking up. We will get to see that we will get to see Christopher Daniels singles run as well in AW. So that's another topic. But Josh Alexander versus El Phantasma should be a great match. El Phantasma is his debut has been also been very good. So I think, but I still think that they are not gonna take off the X Division title from Josh Alexander. So for me, I would say Josh Alexander would win and retain the title. But what could be a great match. So next we got is a six-way number one contenders match for the Impact World Championship. Uh, that number one contender spot, who's gonna win that is the main. Is the one of the main match. So we got Chris Sabin versus Chris Bay versus Sammy Callahan versus Matt Cardona versus Trey Miguel versus Moo. One by one, I would say that Chris Sabin, I don't think so. Chris Bay, I don't think so. Sammy Callahan, I doubt. Matt Cardona, I don't think so. Maybe no, I don't think so. Trey Miguel, I don't think so. Moose, I want this because why am I going to Moose? I will tell it because Chris Sabin, as I said, he's a good wrestler. He's an experienced wrestler. He's been with the Impact for so long. But if this was not for number one contenders match, this was for the championship match. I I will say that maybe Chris Sabin or Chris Bay or Sami Callihan or Matt Cardona or even Trey Miguel would win. But in this match, because after winning this, the wrestler or the competitor who's going to win is going to face Kenny Omega. So Kenny Omega is not a small deal because he is now the triple crown champion, as they say, triple A champion, AEW champion, TNA and Impact champion. So there's a lot going for it, and I am not going to think about like Kenny Omega is going to drop the title to Chris Sabin, and I don't think so. They are gonna be doing Chris Sabin. I don't know. I don't know, man. If they would do like a kind of underdog story, it would be good. But I don't think so. They should do that because Moose is actually having that very good momentum, and actually they are showing us that. So I will go with the Moose. Uh, Talking about another other competitors, Chris Bay and Trey Miguel, they should be feuding with each other. Actually, they are better feuding with each other in the X division because I don't see them holding up at that kind of a level of Kenny Omega is in because he's not the normal champion like they are. This is kind of an invasion war storyline going on. This is a kind of a different scenario that Impact had introduced. So I don't think so. Chris Bay or Trey Miguel is gonna win. Sammy Callahan, maybe I think I don't know, but after seeing this, after seeing the main event, I don't think so. By thinking about the wrestling 101, like we say, the wrestler who's getting the momentum in the main event the of the show will not like 90% above 90% will not win the match. Maybe Sami Callihan is not a face even, and they are not going to do heel versus heel. So that's kind of becoming obvious there. So that Sami Callihan is not going to win. It's just to spice things up uh, for uh, for that star-studded show they want. So better do something than not doing anything. So that's good for Callahan. So my predictions is Moose. I want Moose versus Omega, and that's it. And next is the last match we got is seventh match, which is Kenny Omega versus and the Good Brothers versus Eddie Edwards and Finjuice. We got to see Finjuice versus the Good Brothers at Rebellion. Uh, that was kind of a good match, pretty underdog match, I would say. Finjuice was actually trying to get that speed advantage on the powerhouse guys like Good Brothers. So this would be a good match, I would say, because I doubt if this could be the main event. I don't think so. The main event would be certainly the six-man number one contenders match. So going into this, I think so. It's pretty obvious by seeing that Kenny Omega and the Good Brothers is going to win that. Is going to win this match. Is this for the championship? I don't know. Let me see. So it is not for the tag team championship, but certainly while looking at in this match, Kenny Omega and Good Brothers are going to pick up the win because they have the momentum going on. Like anyone can say that Kenny Omega and Good Brothers would pick up the win, and down the line in next week or so, we could see Good Brothers and Finn Juice having that shot at the title, and Finn Juice actually losing the title to Good Brothers, and that would make them as also a champion, tag team champions. So pretty good days for Good Brothers as well. So actually missed out on two matches. The first one is Deonna Purrazzo versus Havoc, which Havoc actually defeat Rosemary in their opening match for the number one contender spot. Just kind of a okay match, as I said. So I think so they are gonna go with a title change, and maybe have a good uh, would get that knockouts title because she has that power advantage, and she's getting very strong booking, and I highly doubt that she's gonna get that victory. So as much as I want to see or retain Diana Purazzo, but I also want to see change in title. But I didn't expect it was Havoc or something because it was there's no build for this because it was confirmed actually for this week, and there's no build. Tomorrow is the event. Tomorrow is the pay-per-view, so no build there. So certainly. I was expecting Taylor Wilde to be there, but she is getting to that tag team matchup, which she is not liking, and so but she would have to be get over with that. So I am thinking that Diana Porrazzo is going to lose the title to Havoc, and then we could see Havoc, Taylor Wilde, and Tenille Dashwood into the title picture. Uh, I think so. So that's the way to go, I think. So that's my prediction for that. And another matchup is also there. I actually missed that. So this is a one-on-one matchup. Brian Myers versus Black Taurus of DK member Taurus with Crazy Steve and Rosemary. So Brian Myers and this match actually had the story because he was unsuccessful in qualifying for that six-way contenders match. Uh, he actually was confronted by Rosemary last week, if you remember, and they actually attacked Myers, and they put on that death card as well this week. So they are really trying. Sorry, am I wrong into this? Yeah. I am wrong into this. Actually, DK members actually attacked Myers last week, so that's what made the match. Actually got confused because there was a match with Matt Cardona as well. So they have their own foes. So that's also making the obvious that Brian Myers and Matt Cardona are going to be forming a tag team or something because it's better to do something rather than to do anything. Just sitting or yeah, to do nothing. So I think so they have their own foes. Maybe we will get to see the continuation of the storyline after this pay-per-view as well, because that's a way for DK. uh, I think so. So that's a match as well. So total it's nine matches as I see. Let me count. One, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So nine matchup. So while seeing this card all over again, this card could be a good match, a good card actually. Uh, but the build up, as I said, was not very good, but but we cannot blame them as well, because they had tried their best, and they just have had 3 weeks to build up after a major pay-per-view. They tried their best, because in this short time you can only do this uh, number one contender and small kind of uh, attack and all, to make the rivalry and to make the matchup. And I like the fact that they are trying to. I also said in my review that they are trying to get give that opportunity to as much roster talents as possible, and that's good for Impact Wrestling. When we see WWE, that's not the case. Sometimes, because sometimes it is, but not lately, as I see. But it's good. But packing up the card is also not very good, with unnecessary match as well. So this actually 9 matchups is kind of very long card, I would say, but nevertheless could be a good show. I think so. Uh, the most interesting matchups would be the X Division Championship match and the number one contendership spot. Even though that's kind of obvious, maybe I don't know. Maybe will shock us by winning Chris Bay or Chris Sabin or something. Don't know, because I don't think like that, because if they can't defeat Kenny Omega in maybe they say that they want to put the title over him, the two titles over him, just to just to make that moment. When they didn't give uh, what's his name? I just forgot. 1 second. Rich Swan. So when they didn't get that guy win, he was the greatest underdog in that match. Like a very good, very great, excellent babyface. Storytelling was great in that match. One of the best match of Impact Wrestling's history gonna be. Uh, so when they didn't get him the win, so I don't think so they are going again with that underdog storyline. That doesn't get the point. That doesn't get the point, right? So I'm going with Moose. Uh, Going forward, my prediction, if Moose could defeat, maybe not. I would say maybe he would defeat, but I doubt so. They would end that title reign, because some people, and I as well, is enjoying this kind of AEW and Impact crossover thing. So because talents are there here and there exchanging, that's good for wrestlers as well, and as well as for the company as well. So I don't think so. Kenny Omega is gonna uh, lose that title in next pay per view or something in June. Maybe he would drop that in Slammiversary. But eventually, he would drop. I think so in Slammiversary, maybe a return or debut or something. Let's see. But they really need to build up anyone actually to dethrone him. Moose is Moose can dethrone him. Yeah, I can see that. I can say that Moose can dethrone him, but the build up to Moose, I will say, not very excellent. He's very good. He's looking good, but he haven't that after returning, after being vanished off since so many weeks. I mean months, and he's returned. Uh, his momentum is good, but he haven't had that storyline or something to go for. But he has that thing that he is the ex-TNA championship champion. So maybe he would fingers crossed, man. You can go either way. But in my opinion, Kenny Omega would be retaining the title in after this pay-per-view as well in June or something, before Slammiversary, because I think so they would it would there would be another pay-per-view, special pay-per-view for Impact. So that's it, man. This is my predictions for Under Siege. I hope you liked it. So this is my thoughts. This is my frank thoughts about this card. This would be a pretty good show. So if you're wondering when when this show is gonna be, it's tomorrow night. So watch it, all of you guys. Don't miss this show. So if you miss this show, I have covered, get it covered for you. Each and everything I would cover for you. So be sure to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I will get my WrestleMania Backlash predictions as well tomorrow after SmackDown. Maybe we also will also get a uh, some matches as well confirmed in Backlash card as well, WrestleMania Backlash card as well. So pretty certainly a pretty busy weekend for me, for wrestling reviewers. But it's enjoying, man, to review these shows, to talk about it. So I don't want it one-sided as well. I want you guys as well to tell your thoughts. Who's gonna win, and what should be the booking forward for Impact Wrestling? Comment down your thoughts, man. Even if I don't there are very less subscribers now, uh, but even though, if you are listening to this, kindly get down your comments, cut down your thoughts in the comment section below. So that's it, man. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, do that good stuff. Hit that notification bell icon, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.